I grew up in a family of Cherokee speakers, and I grew up in a community where the language is common. I remember going to town with my father, and we'd go to the store and people would just speak Cherokee, and he was a Cherokee speaker, so I grew up with that ingrained in me. But as the older I got, like many people my age and younger, we didn't pick up the language like we should have. And the older I get, the more I see that, and the more I see the need that we really need to do something serious to make sure that we don't lose our language. And so part of that for me is expressing those ideas in my artwork. Sion the God, Kani Kolaha Dagwadoa. Hello everyone, my name is Roy Boney Jr. I'm Cherokee Language Program Manager for Cherokee Nation, and I'm also a Cherokee artist. For this year's Homecoming Art Show, it was a unique opportunity to make an interesting piece dealing with language, because this is the 200th anniversary of the Cherokee syllabary. So Cherokees across the country, we've been celebrating the Bicentennial of the syllabary's creation. And so for the Homecoming show this year, there was a special award made to recognize this, the Sequoyah's Bicentennial Award. So I took the opportunity to make a piece that deals with phrases in Cherokee that people would use when they're learning Cherokee. So I did this painting called We Are Learning Cherokee that has these phrases in it, and I was honored to learn that I won the Bicentennial Award this year for that piece. The inspiration stylistically for this piece was a kind of classic, storybook feel. So I did the piece in watercolors. You would see old books like Peter Rabbit, for example. They're done in that style. So that was the inspiration for the style of the piece. And I included some Cherokee kids in it, and some animals from Cherokee lore, like the turtle, a squirrel, a rabbit, a woodpecker. So I tied it into our culture. The phrases in the painting are phrases that learners use when they're learning Cherokee. So it says "Gado hadisko hiya," which means how do you say this? So you would ask that to your teacher, how do you say this word? Then it says "Gado uye hiya," which means what does that mean? Then it says "Hi'i naha," which means what about that? Next it says "Gado ust," which is like what is that? Then it says "Sigu jini hiwi," which means say it again. Then it says "Uskanolage nihui," which means say it slower. Finally, it says "Gachanulage nihui," which means say it faster. So these are common terms that someone that's studying Cherokee will be using these quite a lot in the classroom setting. The Sequoyah Bicentennial Award is a very special award to me for many reasons. For me personally, my father was a speaker and I lost him early this year. And so this is, a lot of ways for me, this is remembrance of him too, because he encouraged me to use the language in my work. He taught me a lot. I'm still learning myself. I work in language every day. I work with translators and elders in the community, so it's a very thing that's close to my heart. So when I found out I won the award, I was very shocked, because I didn't know. You never know what you're going to win or who's going to win. So it was a nice honor and privilege to get that, because it is something so near and dear to me. And with the pandemic too, we've lost so many speakers, so there's this legacy that I'm a small part of, and it was a nice honor to be recognized for that. The Homecoming Art Show, it's open to all the Cherokee tribes, the federally recognized Cherokee tribes. So it's a unique show in the sense that it's Cherokee only. So we get to see the best of Cherokee artists from across the nation. I think the pieces in the Homecoming Art Show demonstrate the variety of Cherokee expression. So they're all tied together through these really specific Cherokee cultural identifiers, like the language and syllabary. So a visitor that would come in that has no clue about Cherokees, they may, in their mind, if they think native art, they might think of a more southwestern style, because that seems to be the most popular conception of what native art is. But if they come to the Homecoming Art Show, they'll see just exactly what makes Cherokee art unique.